And my question to you is, in that search, if you have a name of a person who allegedly has her, why would you not try to find that person?
He answered that question, Mr. Mitnick. Answered the question. It's been asked and answered.
Answer it again, because I don't understand it.
The last person that I was told who had my granddaughter was a lady by the name of Zanny. That's it.
Okay. What did you do to locate the person who had your granddaughter?
Information was turned into the Sheriff's Department, private investigators, and the FBI. Let them do their job.
So would it be your testimony that you asked the private investigator to go find Zanny?
The Sheriff's Department, the FBI, and a private investigator have the resources to go and find this babysitter.
Now, what's my question? Did you tell the investigators that you hired to go find her?
Just answer it yes or no, George.
Yes.
Okay. And what information did you give them in an effort to try and locate her?
Just a name that I had, that was it.
Nothing more.
Nothing more.
Okay, and what reports did you get back as to their efforts to find?
You're going to have to ask the Sheriff's Department about that.
No, your investigators. What reports did you get back?
That's privileged information. It's privileged information. No lawsuit.
Why is it privileged?
Because he hired them. They worked for him. Everything that was given to them is work product.
That doesn't work.
And it had everything to do with the fact that they were being investigated by the sheriff's office. There were obstruction of justice charges thrown around.
Privilege based on no pending lawsuit
Taking the privilege based on pending criminal charges at the time.
against the Anthonys?
Yes, sir.
George and Cindy?
According to the sheriff's office, they are being investigated and could be charged with obstruction charges. Yep.
Not now, or still?
At this point, no. Absolutely not.
Then you have no privilege.
There's privilege. It's claiming privilege. We'll certify it to the judge, and we'll deal with the judge on it.
Okay, I just don't want to hear about taking up people's time when we're back here. Did you get any leads on Sandy during this time that your granddaughter was missing?
I'm sure the Sheriff's Department, the FBI, and the private investigators did.
Did you hear of any leads?
No, sir, I did not.
Were you screaming bloody murder, this woman, Zanny's got my granddaughter, by gosh, why aren't we chasing her? Or anything like that?
Again, sir, you're going to have to ask the Sheriff's Department, the FBI, and the private investigators.
Read my question back.
Were you screaming bloody murder, this woman, Zanny's got my granddaughter, by gosh, why aren't we chasing her, or anything like that?
Just answer it yes or no.
No.
Would, in the time period leading up to the disappearance, would Kaylee spend the night at Zanny's?
Possibly.
To your knowledge, did she?
Possibly. I don't know. That's possible.
To your knowledge, did she? Do you ever remember that happening?
It's possible. I believe my daughter said maybe on occasion she was staying at Zanny's house.
When you say it's possible, do you actually have a specific memory of it?
Well, sir, I don't know the exact location where this person was at. I don't have an exact date and the time. No.
That's not my question. Do you have a specific recollection in the time?
I'm sorry, my daughter said it maybe once or twice to me that she was staying at Zanny's house with my granddaughter.
Before the disappearance?
Yes.
Did you ever go yourself during the time of the disappearance? After you heard the story about Zanny in Sawgrass. Did you ever go over to Sawgrass?
No.
Did you send Lee there?
No.
Why not?
Because I wouldn't send my son in to do something that the Sheriff's Department, the FBI, and the private investigators were supposed to be doing.
Now, you used to work in law enforcement?
Yes, sir. What relevancy does that have to this?
What did you do in law enforcement?
I don't believe that's none of your concern, sir.
Okay, what did you do in law enforcement?
Just go ahead and answer.
I was a deputy sheriff, sir, for 10 years of my life.
Okay, and how long ago?
Over 20 years ago.
Okay. So how about you? Why didn't you go to Sawgrass? Follow up.
Because, sir, the Sheriff's Department, the FBI, and the private investigators were going to do their job.
Did you believe from talking to your daughter that Zanny allegedly lived there? Had you heard that?
Sir, I didn't hear anything about Sawgrass Apartments until July 15th of 2008.
When did you hear about it then?
The Sheriff's Department.
What? Didn't say who. What did you hear?
That they're investigating Sawgrass Apartments. That's all I can tell you.
That's all you knew about Sawgrass.
That's all I knew.
It would be your sworn testimony that you did not hear. Your daughter claimed that that's where she dropped Casey off.
I didn't know anything until the Sheriff's Department showed me, and also when I saw it on TV, sir, on July 15th.
And after you saw it on TV, you didn't go yourself and look there?
No, I did not.
Were you present, by the way, during any of the 911 calls that your wife made?
No, I was not.
Did you ever go to Blanchard Park?
I've been to Blanchard Park numerous times, sir, since this has happened.
Did you ever go to Blanchard Park specifically to investigate anything about Casey's missing? Kaylee's missing?
Nope.
Did you have conversations with your daughter during that 31 days they were missing?
Maybe a text message here or there, or just a brief conversation, maybe a minute in passing, just how she was, how Kaylee was. That's it.
How many times do you think you talked to her? We'll talk about
I
text.
have no idea.
More than 5 times?
I have no idea.
More than once?
I have no idea.
Okay.
An exact number.
I don't want an exact number. More
No,
than
you
once?
asked me for an exact number. You asked for 1, you asked me for 5. I don't know. It could have been 1,000, sir. I don't know.
More than one?
Yeah, it probably was more than 1, yes. I'll answer more than 1.
More than 10?
If you don't know.
10 is more than 1, correct, sir?
Sure.
I just said more than 1.
Right, but 1,000 is hard for me to get a handle on.
Come on. Just,
Can you give me a reasonable range, sir?
I'm not answering anything about that any further. I just answered your question.
Okay, and why won't you answer it any further? Trying to give me a reasonable range.
Mr. Bennett, he's telling me he doesn't know.
I've already told you it was more than once. And you said more than 10? 10 is more than 1.
Okay. I'm trying to get a range on the high end. What's a reasonable high end?
Oh, God, unbelievable. Go to another question. I'm not answering this. I'm not answering anything further.
Okay. And
May I just say something? And in respect for you, Mr. Anthony, please hear me out. Is the last thing we want to do for you is to go to the judge, have all these questions brought up, and bring you back. Please believe that. And the way for this to be ended today is to answer these questions. What you think is relevant, what we think is relevant, may be 2 different things. But out of respect for you, I just want to let you know that the path we're going is going to have you back here in a month or so.
Mr. Morgan,
And I
I'm
don't
going to
want-
interrupt you for a second.
and I don't want
you
you
for a
to-
second. I've already told you that this person right here is not the person that was described to me by my granddaughter.
Well, your granddaughter, but your daughter hasn't.
I'm sorry. By my daughter.
Your daughter.
This lady's not
your
25
daughter-
years old.
Your daughter has been given a picture of this woman.
Okay, if she has, she has.
And she would not answer. That could have ended it, as Mr. Mitnick said a long time ago. So this is not about this is not about you. This is about
right,
your
it's
daughter,
not.
and this woman has also been sued by your daughter as well.
Well, sir, that's a separate issue for me. I'm not concerned about
But
that.
you got to understand where we're coming from. We're not only representing Zenaida, but we're also representing her in the lawsuit by your daughter against her. So all I'm saying is a precursor, and Keith has laid it out. We don't want to come back here, and I know you don't want to come back
I'm
here.
not coming back again.
And you'll do what the judge says, and you know, I mean, you're a police officer. The judge tells you.
No,
to
sir,
come
I'm not
back.
a police officer.
You were a police officer
20 years ago.
Okay, but I just want to lay that out for you, Brad, because I do not want to bring, and my sympathies are with you, and I
No,
do.
because this wouldn't be going on through
Well,
sympathy.
Mr. Morgan, what we're trying to do is just answer the questions as accurately
Okay,
as
but
he
let's
can.
do that. And that's what I would do.
The whole thing could
that's-
have been handled in 5 questions, sir.
No, it can't. The whole question could be by Casey. This isn't her, and that could be handled in 1 question.
trying to answer him
I
as
know,
accurately
I know,
as
but
can.
we
And
wanna
if he
get him
doesn't
out.
know, he doesn't want to guess.
I know.
We've discussed this.
I
and-
know, but I'm just telling you how this is going to play out, and in as nice a way as we can.